And so the whole brilliance of the gospel is a homecoming. Home is where we're from, and it's also where we're going. And so when we think about the human soul, the challenge is through insecure attachment, we often find ourselves meeting our needs in ways that do not serve us and those entrusted to our care. And I'll give one quick example. Pornography is rampant. I mean, 99% of men that I walk with on some level have a pornography struggle or some dysfunction in the space of sexuality or sexual intimacy. And very quickly, that can go into conversation that's built around shame or fear or failure. But what's so important is to not stop with the category of pornography. What's important is to dig down to soul and say, what is the core longing? What does the soul really need? And to be able to validate that the need is good. Now, it may take us into very dark places, but if we look at pornography as an example, when I've talked to hundreds of men, and when you really get to the heart of it, often the reach to pornography is a reach for the soul of a man. I'll just talk to men specifically at this moment. It's a reach for comfort. It's a reach for nourishment. It's a reach to feel good, to feel powerful, to feel loved. It's a reach for adventure. It's a reach to be seen and to be affected. And when you think about those core needs, all of those needs are valid and were meant to be filled by God. And they were actually meant to be primarily developed as secure attachments through healthy emotional bonds through mom and through dad. And so when you see there, and that's why I've heard the acronym HALT, HALT, hungry, angry, lonely, tired. So often when a man is reaching for some habitual sin, he can typically align with, I'm either hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. When a man is well fed, when he's at peace, when he's connected in relationship, and when he's rested and feeling strong, he is very unlikely going to move towards a propensity to sin. It's just fascinating. And so the issue isn't the sin insofar as the primary reality is the longing. And so what I would simply say in this category is it's a very fascinating exercise to look at the external expression of the thing, the fight with your wife, the failure in a career, the setbacks, the relational disconnect, the addiction to alcohol, and say, what's the desire below the desire? What does the soul need? And how can you get to that place where that is valid and what it's looking for is God? And now how do I repair an insecure attachment and find a secure attachment in the life of God? And that's really where the real action is.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me. Yes. So much there. And that is exactly why one one of the reasons why I think all men need to read your book, and especially the guys who deal with a pornography issue or any unwanted sexual behavior, because yeah, that there are valid things that are going on underneath the surface, and understanding the masculine soul and what do we really need is so important. And so your book is all over that, and it is really, really profound. So many of the things that you mentioned.